Chartered Accountants, and I hope you all are doing great and you are studying really very hard. Okay, today is the last class of this session, and we will be completing the last leg of this chapter today. Before we start, I had a doubt from Daksh Verma. Ma'am, what does the word governance here start for when they say those charged with governance? Okay, Daksh, those charged with governance are people who are in the higher hierarchy of the management. See, we have a hierarchy, right? So, management and then TCWG. TCWG is the highest management level. Okay. So, those charged with governance means those who are governing the business of the entity. Okay. Management could be people at a lower level to TCWGs. But if there are no TCWG, then management is considered to be at the highest post. Daksh, is it clear to you? Please write to me in the chat box. Here we are just talking of a post. Okay, those charged with governance are people in the highest level. Okay, all right. Yes, okay. Thank you so much. So, let's start with today's class. Last class we had discussed few things about SQC1 and SA220. Do you all remember? Do you all remember? The two quality standards, the standards which deal with the quality control. Okay, the two quality control standards SQC1 and SA220. Let's quickly start with SQC1. Okay, SQC1 is the quality control for firms. Repeat with me, firms that perform audit and review of historical financial information and even other assurance and related services engagements. This is what we had discussed in the previous class, that SQC1 is a blanket standard. It applies to all the engagements, be it review engagement, be it agreed upon procedures, be it any kind of preparation of prospective financial statements or even audit. So all kinds of engagements it covers, isn't it? Whereas we talked of SA220, which talked only specifically for audit, quality with regard to the audit engagements. Here we are talking of all the engagements, be it related service, be it other assurance services, or be it any kind of assurance services. Okay, is this clear to all of you? Okay, so please repeat with me, quality control for firms. Okay, so SQC1 requires that firm should establish a system of quality control designed to provide with a reasonable assurance. This is what the overall objective of audit is. So SQC1 is who's responsible to implement SQC1? The entire firm. Oh, all right. And when we'll talk of SA220, there the engagement partner will be responsible for implementing it. Here the firm is responsible for implementing the quality control. Okay, that provide reasonable assurance that firm along with its personnel, the firm and the people working in that firm, they comply with the professional standards and legal and regulatory requirements. And also one more thing, that the reports issued by the firm or engagement partners are appropriate in the circumstances. Whatever report is required for that particular assurance engagement or other engagements, the report is appropriately made. In case of audit, the independent auditor's report. In case of the review report. So whatever the report is, they say that they have issued the report in appropriate circumstances. Whatever the circumstances, whatever the engagement is, the report is issued accordingly. Okay. And firm system of quality control should consist of policies designed to achieve this objective. So basically what they are trying to say, they are saying that the firm must maintain such policies, procedures that give reasonable assurance, and the firm and its personnel. Okay. And what are they supposed to do? They are supposed to comply with Ethical requirements. What are the ethical requirements? The 5 fundamental principles that we have done. Who will tell me the 5 fundamental principles? Come on, let me see how many of you remember the 5 fundamental principles. Let me see 5 fundamental principles. One, not one by one, all together. Let me see how many of you remember. Achal, I'm asking 5 fundamental principles of ethics. Okay, related to your ethics. I'm not asking the contents of engagement letter, Achal. See, you should be knowing what the question is. Okay? Yes, Achal. Now you got it. Integrity, objectivity, competence and due care, professional behavior, and confidentiality. All right. And along with this, it is also to maintain independence. Who? The firm and its personnel. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So let's proceed. Let's say there are few elements of system of quality control. And what are these elements? I always tell my students to remember the qualities of our respected and honorable Modi ji. He has all these qualities: leadership qualities, ethical requirements, acceptance and continuance of client relationship. Why I said acceptance and continuance? He is in the continuance. He's into the political power in continuance. Okay. So acceptance and continuance of client relationship. Human resource, so many wise ministers working under him. Engagement performance. He's into so much of engagements and monitoring. He monitors everything. Isn't it? So 6 qualities, elements of system of quality control, leadership qualities, ethical requirements, acceptance and continuance of client relationship, human resource, engagement performance, and monitoring. Repeat with me, come on. Leadership, ethical requirements, acceptance and continuance. We will do all these points in detail. Okay, but let's quickly do it in short. Acceptance and continuance of client relationship, human resource, engagement performance, and monitoring. Okay, now let's do all of them in detail. So it says quality control procedures and policies should be documented. What do you mean by documented? Audit documentation, we all know. So likewise, all these quality control policies and procedures which the firm has implemented, it should document the same. Okay, work not documented is work not done. Likewise, if you will not document, we will consider you haven't applied. Okay, you haven't implemented. So it should be documented and communicated to firm's personnel. It should be communicated to each and every person in the firm. Okay, by communicating, the firm recognizes the importance of obtaining feedback on its quality control system from its personnel. Only when you discuss these things with your personnel, then only will you get to know the quality control implemented by you will require some kind of improvement. Okay, what is it trying to say? That the firm has implemented the quality control, it has documented, and now it's communicating to the people within the firm that, see, this is the policy, this is the procedure. Then one Mr. A says, sir, listen, who is he referring to? The engagement partner, the head of the engagement team. Okay, he's saying, sir, please, we can improve this that way. Very good. Next coming up, sir, this could be done in a better procedure like this. Policy should be made in such a manner that it is easy to implement. It should be flexible. It should not be rigid, that we are sticking to just one framework and when required we are unable to change. So all these feedback are welcomed, and when are they going to be told to us? Only when we communicate things. Okay, what happened when you go to some place, Your parents take you to some place and they ask you, "Acha laga? Did you like it?" You say, "If you would have told me, Papa, that we are going to such place, I would have suggested a better place." Just because the father did not communicate the things to son or daughter, they will come up and say, "Why didn't you communicate? We could have told you of a better idea. That way we could have gone there for a picnic." Isn't it? So it should be communicated to the people within the entity. Okay. Therefore, the firm encourages its personnel to communicate their views or concerns on quality control matter. Only when you communicate, then only you will encourage them to speak. This is what parents today they say. Unlike the old parenting style that they used to say, whatever we are saying, it's correct. Nowadays, new parenting style. Yes, child, give us your views. What do you think about it? Okay, let your brain explore things. Discuss with us. This is the new parenting style, isn't it? This is how your parents discuss things with you, unlike the old parenting style. All right. Okay. So now will you remember documenting, communicating the policies and procedures to people or personnel? Write the word personnel within the entity. Okay. Or within the firm. You should write firm because we are talking about the firm here. The CA firm here. Okay. All right. So let's come up with the first element, that is leadership responsibilities for quality within the firm. It says just the leader's responsibility. Who is the leader in the firm? The senior most person, the engagement partner, isn't it? So it is the firm leader's responsibility to promote an internal culture. See, there are few corporates where the working culture is very, very good. One of the best corporate there could be your Google. Google has a very good working culture. It pays more attention to your human concerns. Okay, then your American Express, it has a very good working culture. So they say inner culture should be such that quality is, they tell the people that quality is essential. What happens, see, if you do not promote or encourage your personnel in the firm, they will be reluctant to come up with new ideas. They will not give their 100%. When you are involved somewhere, you are also enthused to participate and give your views. But where you are left unattended, unresponded, will you like to even smile there? No, not at all. So they say it is the leader's responsibility to promote internal culture based on the recognition that quality is essential in performing engagement. Okay, such policies and procedures require the firm's CEO, the Chief Executive Officer, or the firm's managing partner to assume ultimate responsibility of the firm's quality control. The example set by firm's leadership for the firm's system of quality control. Sorry, the example set by firm's leadership encourage an inner culture. The whatever your leader is behaving, it will promote what the culture inside your firm will be like. Isn't it? See, there were a few class teachers in your school who used to be friendly to ask for your views. So there the class used to be very responsive, very, enthused. But on the other hand, there used to be some teachers in the school who used to be not ask your views. We are not asking about your opinion. We are just telling you this has to be done. Okay, so this is what they say. Who's responsible to maintain the culture within the entity? The leader's responsibility. The firm's quality control system by the firm's chief executive officer or managing partner should have sufficient and appropriate experience, ability, and necessary authority to assume that responsibility. They say the leader should be experienced. He should be having that level of experience that he has worked in all the field and now he is able to give his expertise or share his expertise. Ability, he should be competent enough and he should be having necessary authority, because when authority not given, the responsibility will not come, isn't it? So authority, he is given that power to assume that responsibility. Responsibility comes with authority, isn't it? When you are not given the authority, the responsibility will not come. Suppose one day your parents are going out for some wedding, outstation wedding, and they tell you, listen child, now you have to take care of the house, you have to close all the doors and windows and make sure that things are settled in the house. So they have given you the authority, isn't it? Otherwise you were reluctant baby, just studying in your room, having all the musty and fun in the house, and just be carefree, not bothered who's coming, who's going, whether the door is locked or not. But now, since you have got the authority, you will be more responsible, isn't it? When parents are not at home, you will make sure that things are at their place. Somebody is coming, you receive, you entertain them, isn't it? Are you able to relate these to it? My voice is breaking. Is it so? My voice breaking? I don't think so. Is my voice breaking? Is it still breaking, dear students? Please let me know. Is my voice still breaking? Please let me know. Okay.
मैम बीच बीच में ब्रेक हो रही है कभी कभी।
ब्रेक हो रही है?
कभी कभी बीच बीच में, हाँ।
अच्छा,
अभी तो ठीक है।
अभी ठीक है? जब भी हो प्लीज इमीडिएटली मुझे बताइएगा, ठीक है?
ठीक है।
ओके, ऑल राइट. So are you able to relate the things, dear students? Did you understand or should I repeat? Did you understand the leadership responsibility, whatever explanation I have given you? Daksh is replying yes. Others also please reply. Otherwise, I will repeat. Okay, it's clear to everyone. Very good. Now comes the ethical requirements. When we say ethical requirements, it means including independence. What was the requirement? Huh? The 5 fundamentals. So 5 plus 1. Okay, 5 plus 1. All right. So it says the firm should establish policies and procedures designed to provide it with reasonable assurance that firm and its personnel comply with relevant ethical requirements. Those 5 ethical requirements: integrity, objectivity, professional competence and due care, professional behavior, and confidentiality. Plus, it says independence also. So it says the code establishes the fundamental principles of professional ethics, which include that you already know. See? Okay. Then it says observance of independence in all the engagements is basic requirement. Whatever engagement you are in, maybe you are performing related services, maybe you are performing other assurance services, or if you are doing an audit. So it says in all these engagements, you should have independence. Okay. The firm should establish policies and procedures designed to provide it with reasonable assurance that the firm, its personnel, and maintain independence where required by the code. It says such policies and procedures should enable the firm to communicate its independence requirement. What does this mean? You are communicating, you are telling your personals that listen, independence is very, very important. You have made the policies and procedures, you are telling, see, ethical requirements, all these things: integrity, objectivity, professional competence, due care, professional behavior, confidentiality, and also you should be independent. You should be not influenced by others' opinion. You should not be biased. Okay, all right. Then identify and evaluate circumstances and relationships that create threat to independence. Whenever we say that we have to see independence, what have we to keep in mind? We have to keep in mind that there are no threats to independence. Who will name the threats to independence? What are the threats to independence? Let me see you all remember or not. Let me see. What are the threats to independence? All right. Yes. Daksh, what is self-reliant? Self-review, familiarity, advocacy, self-interest and self-review threat. Very, very good. So they say whenever you're talking of independence, you have to make sure, are there any threats to independence? And if there are threats, what will you do? You will try to either eliminate the threats or reduce it to a very low level. And if it is not possible, what will you do? You will withdraw from the assignment, isn't it? Do you all remember this? Come on, quickly tell me, do you all remember this? So this is what it is saying, that you have to identify and evaluate that are there any threats to independence? If yes, take appropriate action to eliminate the threat or reduce it to an acceptably low level by applying safeguards. And if it is not eliminating or not reducing, what will you do? You will withdraw from the assignment. All right. So there should exist a mechanism in the firm by which engagement partners provide the firm with all relevant information about the client's engagement and personnel of the firm. Promptly notify the firm or circumstances and relationships that are creating threat. Okay, there could be a familiarity threat. Any person of your engagement team is associated with the clients, with the clients you are going to audit or you're going to provide service. So you have to identify that, isn't it? Okay. Then, all breaches of independence should be promptly notified to the firm. Breaches to independence means if there was a threat and it has not been eliminated or has not been reduced and still you are continuing with that assignment, it should be notified promptly. Immediately you got to know, oh, this person in the engagement team is related to them. He was earlier a director there. Oh my God. It should be promptly notified to the firm. Its objective is to ensure that independence requirements are satisfied. And what does it say? It says at least annually, the firm should obtain written confirmation of compliance with policies and procedures. The firm, do not get confused with the client's entity here. We are only, when we say firm, it is the CA firm. It is the auditor's firm. Is it clear to all of you? I hope you are not getting confused when I'm saying firm. Firm is not the client's entity. It is the auditor's firm. Okay. So it says at least annually the firm, the auditor's firm should obtain written confirmation compliance. Till now you have only studied obtaining written confirmation from the management. All right. But here written confirmation within the entity is being obtained regarding the policies and procedures on independence which is prescribed as per ICAI. Okay, all right. Did you understand all this? Did you understand this point of ethical requirements? So we have covered 2 points, leadership responsibility and ethical requirement. Modi ji's 2 qualities covered. Anyone, any doubt? Please let me know. Is it clear to all? Please quickly show me a thumbs up. I want you all to be very, very participated and responsive. Come on, wake up. Very, very good. Where does your energy goes? I don't understand, huh? Such young people and sitting, very carefree attitude. Let ma'am speak. It should be a one-way communication. No, I know you're watching a movie, but still, you should be inquisitive. Okay? All right. Next. Third point. Acceptance and continuance of client relationship and specific engagement. What does this mean? See, it covers 2 points. When you are either accepting a new audit engagement or any assignment engagement for that matter, it could be a review engagement, it could be other assurance services, whatever, or you are continuing with the previous client, but there is some new assignment. See, what is it all covering? It says that before accept engagement with a new client, continuing engagement with the existing client, and third is accepting new engagement with the existing client. What does this third point mean, ma'am? First two points are clear. You are accepting a new engagement from a new client. Okay. Or you are accepting any engagement from a new client. Second, you are continuing engagement with the same existing old client. Next, you are accepting a new engagement with the existing client. Earlier, you were engaged in compiling the financial statements. Now you are also engaged in reviewing. This is a fresh engagement in some review of financial information. Are you understanding this? Are these 3 points covered? All these 3 points we will be covering in this topic. Is it clear to all of you? Please respond, dear students. Very, very good. Okay. So, it says a firm before accepting an engagement. What engagement? Engagement with a new client, new engagement with the existing client. It says the firm should acquire vital information. Vital is important information about the client. Such information should help the firm to decide about what? ICC. What is ICC? Not World Cup. We are talking of integrity of the client. That what do you mean by integrity? Straightforward and honest. So is the client honest, or is he, just trying to fool us? And he is manipulating some kind of fabricated data to us, and he's asking us to provide some kind of service. So integrity of the client. Then what else? Competence. Competence of what? To perform the engagement. Competence of the team, our engagement team. That people in our engagement team, are they competent enough? Do we have such skilled people, such nice qualified people? See, engagement team always doesn't consist of all the chartered accountants. No, it is very, very possible that one CA, one just BCom pass staff is there who's well versed with Tally and other application softwares or whatever. He's very experienced. And some articles who have just completed their IPCC, or sorry, intermediate, and now they have come for the articleship, isn't it? So your engagement team would also consist of any staff who could be just a law graduate and he has joined your firm to study about some work. He wants to practice income tax later, so a CA firm is the best place to practice about taxation matters. So your engagement team, you have to see whether all the personnel in the engagement team, are they competent enough to take up this assignment and complies with ethical requirements of all those personnel. Each and every personnel, Mr. A, who's a law graduate, is he possessing integrity, objectivity, professional competence and due care, professional behavior and confidentiality? Mr. B, article, does he follow all that 5 fundamental principles, including independence? So this is what you have to see. You have to see the integrity of the client, competence of your own engagement team, and compliance with the ethical requirements, that with us, with that engagement team, whether they will let us exercise or not the independence, isn't it? Because if they are not independent, they will come into whatever the client is saying, any of the member of your engagement team, they will be biased. Okay, so you have to check all these things. Okay, the firm should obtain such information as it considers necessary in the circumstances before accepting an engagement with a new client. When deciding whether to continue an existing engagement and when considering acceptance of a new engagement with an existing client. See, I have written here in short. Whether see, what are the 3 conditions before accepting engagement with new client? Continuing engagement with the existing client and accepting new engagement with the existing client. Is it clear to all of you? So here the firm will decide whether to accept or continue the client relationship. Maybe your existing client is now not being honest, or whatever new assignment your existing client is giving, he's not being he's not uh, being he's not telling us the true picture of what his business is about. Are you understanding? So you have to be very alert while assessing these things. So this is what they are saying: before accepting a new engagement or a new engagement from your existing client, whether you are accepting or continuing, you have to see that specific engagement, it should document, the firm will document these points. What? With regard the integrity of the client. See, if you will check all these things, you will get to know whether to accept or continue. So it says it should document how the issue were resolved. What issues? For example, they are saying with regard to integrity of the client matter, the firm should consider these things. Whenever you are talking of integrity, see, there are 3 points ICC. First, talking of integrity. What will you think? What will you all see for the integrity part? They are seeing, you see the reputation of the client. What reputation does that client hold in the society, in the public? You ask people, they say, oh, this person, he has always asked for money from people, and then he has failed to return the money, so he's a bad payer. Oh, this person, he has all the bad businesses that doesn't give any result, and then he again take loan from the bank and start with a new venture. He doesn't hold any reputation. So you have to see the business reputation of the client, and specifically the principal owner of that entity, isn't it? Then the nature of client's operation, including its business practices. What kind of operation are they into? Are they just into some kind of business which is not ethical? Might be possible, isn't it? They are just into the business of asking people to just empty their place, and they are taking their land and you know and starting with any venture. So what kind of operations are they into? Are they into any illegal business? This is also you have to see. They are into some illegal business, they haven't obtained registration for any legal services also, and they're trying to hire you so that you find some way out, and they will not even tell you that, sir, we are into this kind of business. It is up to you to find out what exactly their business is. Okay, so you have to check the reputation, you have to check the operation, and also information concerning the attitude of the client's principal owner, key management, TCWG, towards such matters as aggressive interpretation of accounting standards and internal control environment. You have to see what kind of attitude are these clients holding towards the accounting standards and internal control. You ask them, sir, are your balance sheet and profit and loss prepared? Yes, sir. Have you followed Schedule 3 and accounting standard? What is that, sir? We have just prepared Excel sheet and we have finished off our financial statements. Sir, internal controls, they say, what is that, sir? What is internal control? So you have to see, are they very carefree and casual about their attitude or approach towards these things, or they are really serious? Vishnu, I will come to your question. It's a long one. Let me just finish this point and then I will come to your question. Okay, Vishnu, it's a very long, just 7 to 8 liner question. Okay, so I don't want to interrupt this point in between. I will get back to it. Okay. So they say with regard to integrity, you have to check for the reputation. You see the client's operation, their attitude towards interpretation of accounting standards and internal control environment. Whether the client is aggressively concerned with maintaining the firm's fee as low as possible. They are hiring you and they're asking, sir, what fees will you charge? Whatever fees you could. Sir, this much. No, 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 please. Please get it down somewhere. Sometimes it happens that few clients, they deal with you as if you are selling vegetables. You are a vegetable vendor and they will ask you that, sir, oh, you take this much for one financial statement? Okay, 2 years financial statements, reviewing of them, charge little low, sir, as if we are giving a wholesale service. So you have to be very alert. And again, I'm saying, never give your services for free. Charge for things you are good at, you are skilled at, you have worked all your life to gain this degree, and now you are giving free consultancy. Not acceptable. So whatever your worth is, please charge accordingly. Okay, so you are seeing clients who are saying, no sir, this fees is too much, please just take this much and do our work. So what kind of client are they? So you have to see to that they just want to get their work done in the lowest fee possible. Okay. And also, indication of an inappropriate limitation on the scope of work. They are trying to limit your scope. They are not letting you obtain evidences. They are not giving you information explanation. And also, indication that clients might be involved in money laundering and other criminal activities. What is this? See, sometimes what happens, your illegal process, or you are just the clients is concealing the source of money obtained from unlawful business activities. They are doing some illegal business and now they are trying to convert that. Have you heard converting black to white? So they're trying to do this. So you have to be alert that which are the clients who are engaging you as their professionals. Okay, like previous class I told you, keeping you at the gunpoint and asking you sign or do this work. So it was limitation, isn't it? All right. So this also you have to check. The reason for the proposed appointment of your firm and non-reappointment of the previous auditor. This is why we always tell them that before acceptance of a new engagement, always communicate with the previous auditor. What is that reason for communication? The reason for communication, to let know that is there any reason why you should not engage with this client. Have they not paid you fees, or you found something fishy in their business and they did fail to disclose and they say you please go out and now we are going to appoint some other firm, and now your firm is appointed as a auditor or any professional services for. So this is the reason we always say never accept an assignment before communication with the previous auditor. And it is not that it is one of your professional misconduct in your professional ethics when you will study in CA finals. Oh, all right. Clause 8. What are the? It will help to know the past activities. Yes, yes. Daksh, what is even negotiable? Acha, Mitesh is asking me, aggressive interpretation of accounting standards means that they have failed to understand accounting standards and they have inappropriately used it. Okay, Mitesh, is it clear? The fees. Yes, Daksh, the fees are negotiable in the sense that, see, ICAI has set parameters that this should be the minimum fee for this work. But again, maximum, there is no bar to it. But whatever fees you are charging is reasonable, and obviously they are not asking you to quote the lowest and you are quoting the lowest. That should not be the case. Daksh, is it okay? Yes. Mitesh, is your query clear? Aggressive interpretation. Okay. Now coming to Vishnu Kumar's query, please, since I'm taking all the, ma'am, accessing the information regarding business means what activities they do and what kind of matters they deal. It will consume big time for auditor. My question is this, in how much the auditor understand all information regarding business dealing for information? In how much what? Vishnu Kumar, you are trying to say that if as an auditor, you try to see what business, how are you going to give the professional services, Vishnu? Vishnu is asking that, ma'am, it will take lot of time in understanding that what kind of matters they deal with. If you will not know the nature of business of your client, what are you going to provide? Vishnu, my question is this. Whatever services you are giving, be it, if it is audit, you have to have all the knowledge. Definitely, you can't do without it. If you are performing review, then review, and if you find something, see, review is only if you are reviewing, but then too, you should be knowing what kind of accounts are there, then only you are going to review. If you will not have the idea of the nature of business of the client, you will not be able to give any professional services. You are just compiling the financial information. And in your balance sheet, you found some kind of loan. And they have taken a loan of say 20 CR. So you should be knowing what business is it that they have taken 20 CR from the bank. Vishnu Kumar, is your doubt now clear? Okay. So, okay, I did not expect this question, but anyways, good you asked. See, please do not think that this is going to take time, so just get off and accept the engagement. It is not the attitude. It is again saying that you are not being professional in your approach. As simple as that. Where is your integrity? Where are the ethics gone again? Like in the last class, Priya asked me, what if disclaimer is given? It is fine. Let's accept the client. Then I had to explain her what is the reason why you should not accept. Okay, Vishnu. So it is not that it will take time. This is what you do in your studies also. Making notes and writing answers will take time. Leave it. But then the repercussions you see after the results are out. Okay, so there are no shortcuts. You have to do your 100%. This is what you call due diligence. Do your homework. This is what we say, due diligence. Due diligence is doing your homework. You understand what is to be done. Students, I tell you one thing. There is a wholesome study of the client by the whole team. It won't take much time. It is not about how much time it takes, Daksh. Again, obviously, you're not going to spend days and weeks over it. But yes, your teamwork should be such, and it comes gradually with the experience. Okay, the more audit you have done, then financial statement becomes like an x-ray to you. Whatever figure you say, oh, see, this is wrong, the client will also wonder that how come auditor is able to find out, because you are an expertise, you have expertise over it. We have to do it anyhow because it's our duty. Yes, that's the correct approach. It is your professional duty. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. See, whatever you do in life, you become auditor or you do not become auditor, please do not forget your ethics. Okay? All right. Be good human beings. Okay? All right. Coming back to our topic. Okay. It says you have to see the reasons for the proposed appointment of your firm and non-reappointment of the previous firm. Why is that previous auditor is not being reappointed? Why are they appointing me? So again, a professional questioning mind should come into your. You are asking or you are writing to the previous auditor, sir, may I know, are there any reasons why I should not accept this particular assignment? He said, no, everything is fine. It was my overworked schedule that I could not give justice to this particular client. I was unable to perform their work. So it's, you take it, it's fine. I do not have any objection or any reason for that matter. Or I have shifted my business, my firm to this place, and now I will not be able to render services to them, whatsoever the reasons are. Okay, all right. Next. So I have made a little story for you to remember regarding integrity, that Mr. Rao is asking you to take less fees. Why? Because he's involved in money laundering and he's involved in money laundering and criminal activities. And you want to know the reason for your appointment and not the reappointment of the previous auditor. Will you remember this as a story for integrity? Mr. Rao. Rao is reputation, attitude, and operations. Business reputation, client's attitude, and client's operation. Will you remember this? Mr. Rao is asking you to charge less fees. Why? Because he's involved in money laundering and criminal activities, and you want to know the reason for your appointment and non-reappointment of the previous auditor. Is it fine, dear students? Will you remember the story of integrity like this? Okay. All right. See if you're getting some tips. Okay. Try to use if it works for you, and if you think, no, no, ma'am, it's not a good idea, it is all up to you. Okay. All right. And if there is any conflict of interest, there is some kind of conflict in the sense that you are taking it some other way, your client is not agreeing to it, whatever conflict of interest between the firm and the client, it should be properly resolved before accepting the engagement. That is why we make the engagement letter. So there is no misunderstanding between the client and the auditor. Okay. Then, where the firm obtains information that would have caused it to decline engagement if that information had been obtained earlier. Policies and procedures on the continuance of the engagement and the client's relationship should include consideration of. Now they are talking of if there is any information that you received post engagement that you think, oh, had I received this information before my acceptance, I would have not accepted this audit. It happens. It happens, isn't it? So they say, what are these things? They say, you have to see, are there any professional and legal responsibility at your end? Okay, that you have to report to the person or persons who have made the appointment, or in some cases regulatory authority. Maybe you have got to know something, which is should be informed to any regulatory authority like SEBI or things, you should inform. So you should consider your professional and legal responsibility. All right, okay. Then you should also consider the possibility of withdrawing from the engagement. Now, what is it possible? If it is not permitted by law, then so you can't. But if it is permissible, it is not under any legal obligation. If you can withdraw from that engagement or that client altogether, you should consider that. Okay, what it's saying? Possibility of withdrawing from the engagement or from both the engagement and client. What does this mean? Engagement means in this case, you are talking of a new engagement from the existing client. So that engagement you say, I will not accept, I am resigning from this engagement. The other review engagement I will do for you. But this compilation services I will not do for you. Or from both the client and assignment. You say, no, whatever I've got to know, it is very, very grave and I just can't work with this client anymore. Are you understanding these things, dear students? So have you understood this integrity part? Come on, write to me in the chat box. Okay, others, all right. Very good. Now coming to human resource. Whenever we say human resource, we talk of 3 C's. What are these 3 C's? Capability, competence and commitment. This human resource, you as CA firm, you have to see within your firm, within your people, that are they capable enough to take this assignment? Are they competent enough? Are they committed? Will they be able to do justice to it? Will they be able to complete the assignment on time and do it properly? Their commitment towards the work. Okay. The firm should establish policies and procedures designed to provide it with reasonable assurance that it has sufficient personnel with the CCC, capability, competence and commitment to ethical principles necessary to perform its engagement in accordance with professional standards and legal and regulatory requirements, and to enable firm or engagement partners to issue reports that is appropriate in the circumstances. Such policies and procedures should address relevant HR issues. Now, whenever we are talking of HR, things like recruitment, compensation, training, career development, performance evaluation will come into play. Isn't it? Human resource means how are you recruiting, how you're selecting, how you're compensating, how you're training, what are you doing for their evaluation. Okay. So these should be emphasis on continuing professional development of firms of personnel. Why is this important? Because if you will keep your employees happy, they will work for you happily. So you have to keep compensating them. That is why you must have heard people talking of bonus in case of corporate. We have got bonus. They perform exceptionally good. They are rewarded with bonuses. Okay. Is this clear to all of you? HR. So how many points have we done? We have done leadership responsibilities, ethical requirements, Then acceptance and continuance of client relationship and specific engagements. Then we had done human resource. Isn't it? Is it clear to all of you? Only Daksh is responding. Others, Archal is also responding. Others, please reply. Are you understanding, dear students? Okay, Mehak is also saying yes. Very good. Okay. Now coming to engagement performance. What is this? It says you have to see to consistency in the quality of engagement performance. It is consistent. It is not that initially you did a very quality work and now it is deteriorating. No, it should be consistent. So consistent in quality of engagement performance is achieved through briefing of engagement team. Continuously you are in contact with the team members and you are discussing, okay, this you have done, okay, it can be done this, okay, and of their objectives, process for complying with engagement standards, process of engagement, supervising, the head of the team is supervising, training, methods of reviewing performance. How are you reviewing their performance? Is a work done by Mr. A checked by Mr. B, or there's some other parameters for evaluating? What is it? And appropriate documentation of work. So consistency should be there. Consultation. See, sometimes it happens that there is some kind of matter that is not be able to resolve within the entity. You don't have such uh, ex- experienced, or you say expert person. Maybe you are doing some kind of valuation for some entity and you think you are not, nobody is that big an actuarian in your engagement team. So you try to seek outsiders advice. There is some kind of legal advice that you wish to seek from some senior advocate. So you are free to consult. They are saying consultation should take place in time of difficult or contentious matter. What is contentious matter? Which is a debatable matter, which causes some kind of argument. Okay, there's a controversy. They say it will work this way, the others say no, this has to be done. Pertaining to an engagement, consultation includes discussion at appropriate professional level with individuals within the firm or outside the firm. Your expertise, your consultation could be people. See, maybe Mr. B in your team, who's a law graduate, but he has very good legal consultancy approach. So you ask him. If he's also not very sure about that, you go and seek some senior advocate's advice. So within the entity or outside the firm, you can seek specialized expertise of the people to resolve difficult or contentious matter. A firm needing to consult externally, for example, a firm without appropriate internal resources may take advantage of advisory services provided by other firms of professional and regulatory bodies. You may take. There is some matter regarding cost. So you're taking services of some CMA, some kind of matters relating to companies. You're taking advice of company secretary. It is perfectly fine. Okay. So is this point clear? Consultation? Is consultation clear to all of you? Contentious, Mahek, I told you contentious means some debatable matter which has some two opinion or likely to cause argument between people, among people in the group. Mehek is asking that, so let me explain to her. Contentious matter where there are possibly two approach to thing and you are confused what matter to be discussed. There is a controversial, it's a controversial matter. Some says depreciation at this rate, some say no, it is to be not considered as plant and machinery, is to be considered as fixed furniture and fixture. So that kind of a debatable matter or any matter which is likely to cause argument or difference in opinion. Is it clear, Mehek? Okay, very good. Very good. So now comes significant judgments. Now, what are significant judgments? See, significant judgments from auditor's point of view could be evaluating risk. How to evaluate risk? What is a definition of sufficiency? Testing sufficiency. Assessing reasonableness. We say reasonable. What is reasonableness? What amount do you say it's reasonable? So these are a matter of significant judgments. So they say significant judgments made in an engagement should be reviewed by an engagement quality control reviewer. See, there is a board which is like also for your audit, there's a technical review board, which after it is audited, it goes to all these big corporates. These audit reports go to that review board, technical review board. They review it and see that it is not, there is no mistake or nothing that is issued to the public. That report should be, before giving it to the public at large, they review it properly. That once this report is gone in the public, then it is a matter of concern. So everything should be true and fair. So likewise, they say it is mandatory in case of listed entities. In listed entities, each and every engagement of this type is has to undergo quality review. Okay, so this engagement quality review is mandatory. This question might also come in your MCQ. That engagement quality control review is mandatory for all audits of financial statements of listed entities. Non-listed, it is not mandatory. But for listed entities, it is mandatory. So here you have to see that all the significant judgment is reviewed by engagement quality control reviewers for taking objectivity view before the report is issued. Means unbiased view before the report is issued to the public at large. The extent of review depends upon the complexity of the engagement. What kind of review is done is to be depending upon the what kind of complexities engage in the engagement. If it is less complex matter, it is fine. Otherwise, if more of foreign exchange is involved, more of valuation and actuarians is involved, then it's a complex matter. Okay. All right. Then complexity of the engagement and the risk that the report might not be appropriate in the circumstances. The review does not reduce the responsibility of the engagement partner. Again, if you think that engagement partner will do the work like this and say, oh, the review board will review it, the quality review is going to do it, so that is not undermining your own work. Are you understanding? You are not free from the responsibility of not doing your work properly, because at the end it is you who's to be responsible because you did the audit. Okay, so it is not going to reduce the responsibility of the engagement partner, the head of the firm. Then engagement quality control review is mandatory for all audits of financial statements of listed entity. Please mark this, it could come in your MCQ. Okay, in respect of other engagement, firms should devise criteria to determine cases requiring performance of engagement quality review. Then it says there might be a difference of opinion within the engagement team. Mr. A is saying it is to be done this way, Mr. B is saying it is to be done this way. Okay, and with those consulted, or see, I told you if Mr. B is very good at giving advocacy consultancy, but still there is a disagreement between the engagement partner and also engagement quality control reviewer. Whenever your work is going to quality control reviewer, you are saying it is to be done this way, and control reviewer saying no, the way you have done it, it is wrong. This way of putting provisioning is wrong. So if that is the case, that there is a difference of opinion within the engagement team with those consulted and also between engagement partner with those consulted, means consultancy of the expert, that expert advice you have taken, there is a difference of opinion, or there could be a difference of opinion in the quality control reviewer and your firm's opinion. The report should only be issued after resolution of such differences. You cannot hand over the report to the public with that difference of opinion. No, it should be resolved. In case recommendation of engagement quality control reviewer are not accepted by the engagement partner, they're saying no, we don't agree to the quality reviewer, then matter is to be resolved to reviewer satisfaction. The matter should be resolved by following established procedures of firm, like by consulting with the another practitioner of firm or with other professional or regulatory body. Whomsoever you are consulting, the crux is this, that the matter should be resolved before issuing the report. Who will pay for another consultation with other firm or practitioner? See, the firm who's taking the advice or taking the expert's advice will pay. Okay, the whosoever expert's advice you are taking, you are going to pay them. Maybe that fees is again charged from the client because you are the one who is employed, but it is cost due to engagement team. What cost due to engagement team? The difference. See, it is not that the difference is because of some wrong judgment. Here the difference means that the team engagement team is saying whatever we have done is correct as per their uh, knowledge and competency. They have done their best, but reviewer is saying, see, there are circumstances when you will come to CA finals, or when you will go for your articleship, you will see that there are matters, okay, which are little contentious in nature. Means you say that no, demand should not be this much, or when you are filing the return for that matter, according to you the tax liability should be this much, but the utility or the software whatever you are working with, it has come up with some other tax liability. So you have to see what is the matter like. As per income tax department, it is a non deductible expense. According to you, it is a deductible expense. So there could be a matter of such kind, okay, but see, these are small matters. But in case of listed entities, again, where there are quality reviewers sitting and reviewing your work, there could be bigger challenges. Okay, so what they are trying to say is whatever be the thing, it should be resolved before issuing of the report to the public. Is it clear, Daksh? Okay, very good. All right. So now it says, besides, the firm should establish policies and procedures for engagement teams to complete assembly of final engagement files. See, now the auditor has given report. Now you have to complete the file. When I say file, it will include all your working papers, all your evidences, whatever you have collected into a file. Okay. So they say assembly of final engagement file on timely basis is very, very important. So after the engagement report has been finalized, the assembly of engagement file should be completed in not more than 60 days, means maximum 60 days after the date of auditor's report. In case the audit engagements, and in other cases with the limit appropriate to engagement. In case of audit engagements, it should not be more than 60 days after the auditor's report. Again, these questions are important for your MCQ. Mark them, okay? So this was the matter for assembly of engagement file. Then policies and procedures should be designed to maintain the confidentiality, safe custody, integrity, accessibility and retrievability. Backup also. It is not that policies are kept in some soft copy, the hardware destroyed and then you are gone with all the policies and procedures. No. A backup. It should be kept somewhere in the cloud, isn't it? So that you are able to retrieve it. Then, of the engagement documentation. Unless otherwise specified by law or regulation, engagement documentation is the property of the firm. What firm? This audit firm. Okay, why? Because they were engaged. It is their document. Working papers. It is their document. Okay. The firm may, at its discretion, whenever the clients ask for, give extracts to them, provided such disclosure does not undermine the validity of work performed. It will not undermine, it will not say, oh, it is done in a lighter manner. No. That work is still valid and has to be kept as document in the file. But suppose a client comes and it says, usually what happens, whenever we do work, the client does not keep all the records. It come up to us, sir, can we have that record? We submitted with you some statements. Can we have that? Okay. And we have kept it as evidence. Okay, I will give you some extracts. You take the photocopy, but it is to be kept in my file. Okay, all right. Then, or in case of assurance engagement, the independence of the firm or its personnel. Then, engagement documentation has to be retained. Now, it was assembly of files. Now, they say documentation is to be retained for a period of time sufficient to permit those performing monitoring procedures to evaluate the firm's compliance with its system of quality control. See, now, peer review take place. So, you have to retain your files. Okay. this review period is also for 7 years. Like if you get a certificate once, it stands valid for some time. 4 years, and then again after that you have to get your firm peer reviewed again. Okay, so now they say in specific cases of audit engagement, the retention period orally is not shorter than 7 years. Means minimum 7 years you have to keep your engagement files up to the mark. Okay, from the date of audit report, or if later, the date of the group auditors report. What do you mean by group auditors report? In case of consolidated balance sheet, for example holding subsidiary, or there are some branches, so branch audit again, so it will take time. One branch auditor is giving at some date, the other branch auditor is giving at some date, company A, company B, company C, so all together as per the group auditors report. So not shorter than 7 years. So it has to be retained for at least 7 years. Assembly of the files not more than 60 days, and retention period is at least 7 years. Is it clear to all of you, dear students? Come on, write to me in the chat box. Anyone, any doubt? Okay. So what points have we done? Can someone tell me quickly? Can someone tell me? We have done with leadership. We have done with ethical requirements. We have done with acceptance and continuance of the client's relationship. Then we have done with human resource, engagement performance, and now we are left with monitoring. Okay, very good. Okay. See, this 60 days and 7 years, this can come in your MCQ. Okay, good. Now, coming to the last element, that is monitoring. Okay, the firm should ensure that policies and procedures relating to the system of quality control are relevant when they are monitoring. Okay, relevant, adequate, professional, operating effectively, and complied within practice. Such policies and procedures should include an ongoing consideration and evaluation. Means time to time you have to monitor that are these policies updated or not. Like now, there were policies, now you have to keep your data in cloud. So you updated with all these things or not? Yes, yes, Mehak, you're right. Okay, so you have to see that whether it is updated or not, you're updated with your policies and practices or not. Continuously review them. Okay, evaluation of firm system of quality control, including a periodic inspection of a selection of completed engagements. Okay, this engagement is complete, let us inspect that ways. So there you will see that yes, the monitoring is done properly. Is it clear to all of you? Anyone, any doubt? Anyone, any doubt? Okay. Now, who will write to me the elements of quality control SQC1? Who will write to me? Let me see. Elements of system of quality control. Let me see. This was all about SQC1. Let me see. Okay. Without objectivity, where is objectivity coming from? I said leadership responsibilities, ethical requirements, acceptance and continuance of client's relationship, HR, engagement, performance, and monitoring. They are 6 in number. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's do this from our little notes. Okay, audit quality. When we say audit quality, we should immediately think of two standards. One is Standards on Quality Control, that is SQC1, and the second standard is SA220, which we will be doing very shortly. They say, since the purpose of audit is to enhance the confidence of users of audited financial statement, therefore, quality is essential to maintain confidence on assurance provided. An auditor is responsible to maintain the quality. So these two standards, they deal with quality control. Now, SQC1 is applicable to all the engagements, whereas SA220 is applicable to only audit engagement and audit of financial statements, isn't it? It is applicable to entire firm, the firm's level, whereas SA220 is applicable engagement wise. Whatever audit engagement you are doing, it is applicable engagement wise. Who is responsible for implementing SQC1? CEO, managing partner's responsibility. But here, whose responsibility is? Engagement partner's responsibility. Who is leading the audit team? Engagement partner. Okay. Then, it gets support from SA220 as audit requires independence. But if you say SA220, see SA220, it gets its premise from SQC1. Just because SQC1 says the entire firm should follow quality, then it means each and every personnel in the firm should follow quality control. And when you say engagement, they say this audit engagement is one of the engagements picked from SQC1. So it gets its premise from SQC1. Okay, are you able to understand this? At SA220, it gets its premise from SQC1 because SQC1 is a blanket. And out, see, SQC1 has review, other assurance services, and audit engagement also. So this audit engagement is a part. It gets its premise from SQC1. Okay, all right. Then SQC1 is quality control for firm that perform audits and review of historical financial information and other assurance related services. Firm should establish a system of quality control designed to provide reasonable assurance with respect to what? With respect to firms, its personnel, compliance with professional standards and legal and regulatory requirements. And one more thing, reports issued. Whatever reports are issued, is it appropriate to circumstances? Whatever engagement, is the report likewise? Okay. Then elements, leadership responsibility, ethical requirements, acceptance and continuance of client relationship, then human resource, engagement performance and monitoring. Number one, quality control policies and procedures should be documented and communicated to firm's personnel. Leadership, the CEO or managing partner should have sufficient and appropriate experience, ability and necessary authority to assume that responsibility. Requirements, a firm should make such policies and procedures that give reasonable assurance to firm personnel to comply with ethical requirements, code of ethics, 5 principles, and maintain independence required by the code. Anyone having any doubt? We are just revising whatever we have done so far. If any of you have any doubt, please ask. Okay. So, then policies and procedures should be such that it enables the firm to communicate the requirement of independence, identify the threat to independence and take necessary actions to eliminate the threat, reduce it to appropriate level or withdraw from the assignment. Acceptance and continuance of client relationship and specific engagement. Before accepting the engagement, acquire vital information about the client which helps in deciding integrity, competence, compliance with ethical requirements. If any issue identified, document how it's to be resolved. What are you to consider the matter with regard to integrity of the client? You will see Mr. Rao, reputation, nature of client's operations or business practices, attitude, and he's asking for less fees. Why? Indication to limitation in the scope of work, indication that he's involved in money laundering and criminal activity, and reasons for the proposed appointment of yours and not the previous auditor, isn't it? And if it is post engagement acceptance, then if the firm obtains information post engagement that would have led to decline the engagement, quality control policies, he must address the professional and legal obligation. He should think who is to be reported to, who have appointed him, and if there's a possibility of withdrawing from that engagement or from client and engagement both. Okay, then human resource. It includes policies and procedures which give reasonable assurance that you have sufficient personnel that possess CCC, capability, competence, and commitment to ethical principles, which is necessary to perform engagement in accordance with professional standards and legal and regulatory requirements, and issue report in appropriate circumstances. Then elements of human resource: recruitment, compensation, training, career development, performance evaluation, and emphasis on continuing professional development. Engagement performance, it aims at consistency in quality of engagement performance. Firms should make such policies and procedures which give reasonable assurance with respect to engagement that are performed as per professional standard, legal and regulatory requirements, and the reports issued, whether appropriate in circumstances or not. Now, when it comes to monitoring, you have to ensure that policies and procedures are relevant, adequate, operating effectively, complied in practice, and it must include the ongoing evaluation of firm standards on quality control, periodic inspection of selected completed engagements. Anyone, any doubt? Come on, let me know. Have you understood everything till now? SQC1, is it clear? Others also, please reply. Is SQC1 clear? All right. We have to now start with essay 220. Okay, before that, can we take a short break of 10 minutes? We will get back at 7:28. Is it fine? Okay, technical team, we are going for a break and we'll be back by 7:28. Okay. Are we all back? All right. So now coming to essay 220. What does 220 says? See, when you do essay SQC1, it is 220 is exactly the same. Okay, but now you have to take care who is responsible here to implement essay 220? The engagement partner. There, in case of SQC1, we had CEO or managing partner responsible to implement the quality control. Here, who's responsible? The engagement partner is responsible. Okay, is my screen visible to all? Is my screen visible to your students? All right, okay. So, coming to SA 220, that is quality control for an audit of financial statements. Okay. Based upon the quality control system of the firm, the quality control procedures pertaining to audit engagement are decided by engagement team. The engagement partner, see, you have to remember students, SQC1, we have CEO and managing partner. Here in SA 220, we have engagement partner. Okay. Therefore, SA 220 is premised on the basis that a firm is subject to SQC1. This line is very important. It is premised on the basis. It has its premise from SQC1. Within the context of the firm's system of quality control, engagement teams have a responsibility to implement quality control procedures that are applicable to the audit engagement and provide the firm with relevant information to enable the functioning of that part of the firm's system of quality control relating to independence. So here also we are talking of independence. Okay. As per SA 220, the objective of the auditor is to implement quality control procedures at engagement level. There we had at firm level. Here we had at engagement level. That provides the auditor with reasonable assurance that audit complies with professional standard. There the firm complies, isn't it? And the reports are issued as appropriate as per the circumstances. Here we have audit complies with professional standard and legal and regulatory requirements, and the auditor's report related to audit is issued appropriate in circumstances. So everything that had firm there is changed to the audit here. Okay, all right. Then SA 220 is modeled on the line of SQC1. It describes responsibility of engagement partner in relation to following matter: leadership responsibility, ethical requirements, acceptance and continuance of client's relationship, assignment of engagement team. There we had HR for the firm. Here we had assignment of engagement team. Okay. Then engagement performance and monitoring. Same six apart from the HR. Instead of HR in SQC1, it is the assignment of engagement team. Okay. All right. So coming to leadership responsibility for quality of audit. Whose responsibility it is? It is the engagement partners. Okay, is responsible to for the actions of engagement partner that is appropriate and messages to the other members of the engagement team in taking the responsibility for the overall quality of each audit engagement, that emphasize the importance of audit quality of performing the work that complies as per the professional standards and legal and regulatory requirements. Then complying with the firm's quality control procedures as applicable. Then issuing auditor's report. There it was issues report that are appropriate in circumstances. Here auditor's report that are appropriate in circumstances. The engagement team's ability to raise concern without fear and reprisals. The fact that quality is essential in performing the audit engagement. We have to keep in mind that quality is essential. Okay, all right, very good. So now we have ethical requirements. The responsibility of engagement partner. So engagement partner's responsibility again to identify the threat, isn't it? To see whether he can eliminate the threat or reduce it to an acceptably low level, and if not possible to reduce or eliminate, you withdraw from the assignment. Reporting by the engagement partner to relevant person within. There we had Communication, isn't it? Here, reporting to the relevant persons within the firm to determine appropriate action, which may include eliminating the activity or interest that create threats, or withdrawing from the audit engagement where legally permitted. Third, acceptance and continuance. Okay, so SQC 1's ethical requirements and independence had to be given to the firm from SA 220. Can we say that? Because SA 220 is audit, and then this audit will go to SQC 1 as one of the engagements, isn't it? All right. So now, acceptance and continuance of client relation. Again, three things: acceptance of new engagement from a new client, then continuing with the existing engagement with the existing client, or accepting new engagement with the existing client. All right. So the responsibility of an engagement partner in this regard and audit engagement is on lines with SQC1. That is same. So before accepting with the new client, when deciding whether to continue an existing engagement, and when considering acceptance of new engagement with the existing client. Okay. Information like what? ICC, integrity, competence and capability, including time and resources, compliance with relevant ethical requirements, and significant matters during the current and previous audit engagements. Assignment of engagement team. There we have human resource. There we had to see performance appraisal, recruitment, compensation, training, professional development. Here we have to see it should be ensured that engagement partner, that the engagement team and any auditors expert who are not part of the engagement team, means the experts advise whose you are taking, collectively have appropriate capability, competence to perform the engagement in accordance with professional standards and legal and regulatory requirements. Okay. Okay. Then we have engagement performance. Okay. Engagement performance, you have to see that there is one engagement partner who is directing, supervising the performance. He is doing direction, supervision, and he is monitoring the performance, and performed, which is performed as per the professional standards and legal and regulatory requirement. Number one. Second, you have to see that auditor's report which is issued is appropriate in circumstances. Review audit documentation before audit report is issued, and it is sufficient and appropriate audit evidences is obtained. Okay. And then third, consultation. Consultation again with some difficult or contentious matter within or outside the firm. And then again, that quality review is mandatory in case of listed company. Engagement quality control review. Audit may. In case of listed company, it is compulsory. So what have you to remember? That engagement performance, there is an engagement partner. Let's see. Engagement partner has a responsibility of direction, supervision and performance of audit engagement in accordance with professional standards, legal and regulatory requirement. Okay. So one portion complete. Second, auditor's report is issued appropriate in circumstances. He has to see, he will review the audit documentation before audit report is issued. He will review the audit documentation before the report is issued. Second, is it sufficient and appropriate audit evidences obtained by him or not? Let's check. Engagement partner is also here. He is responsible for auditor's report being appropriate in circumstances. Further, review of audit documentation before issue of audit report is his responsibility. He has to also ensure that sufficient appropriate audit evidence has been obtained. Then next point would be regarding consultation in case of difficult and contentious matter within or outside the firm. Let's see. Engagement partner is also responsible for ensuring undertaking appropriate consultation in difficult or contentious matter by engagement team, not only within the team but also outside, others at appropriate level within or outside the firm. For audit of financial statements of listed company and those other audit engagements, if any, for which firm has determined that an engagement quality review is required, that is, it is mandatory, and the engagement partner shall determine that the engagement quality control reviewer has been appointed. Again, you discuss significant matters. There we had significant judgments. Here we have significant matters arising during audit engagement, including those identified during the engagement of quality control review with the engagement quality review control reviewer. And again, the same thing. It will not be uh, it will not be issued. The report will not be issued until the matter is resolved. So, not dates the audit report until completion of engagement quality review. Unless and until quality control review is not complete, the auditor will not date the audit report. Means he will not put a date on it. Why? Because after the date it will be issued. Okay. And again it says exactly same thing. If difference of opinion arise within the engagement team with those consulted outside, whether applicable within the engagement partner and engagement quality control reviewer, the engagement team shall follow the firm's policies and procedures for dealing with and resolving the differences. Whatever the firm policies and procedures are, the firm will stick to it. Is it clear to all of you? See, I have made a little chart for you. This. See from here. Engagement performance. There is one engagement partner. His responsibility is direction, supervision and performance, which is performed as per professional standards and legal and regulatory requirement. Second point, auditor's report is issued appropriate in circumstances. What will he see? He will review the audit documentation before audit report is issued. He is to see sufficient appropriate audit evidence obtained or not. Again, consultation in case of difficult or contentious matter within the firm or outside the firm, and what quality control is, engagement quality control review is mandatory for listed entities. Is this chart easy to see? Come on, reply all of you. It is walking exactly on the same steps of SQC1. All right. Then coming to monitoring. Let me see to your doubts. Okay. Monitoring. An effective system of quality control includes a monitoring process. It is exactly same as SQC1. Acha, okay. Just wait. Archer is saying, please explain that chart again. Wait. This is nothing, just a summarization of what is written in the book. See, Archer, in the topic, under the topic engagement performance, I just drawn, there's one engagement partner. Okay. His responsibility is direction, supervision and to see the performance, which is performed as per professional standard and legal and regulatory requirement. Whatever big paragraph you have studied there in the text, it is just a pictorial or written uh, summary of that very same paragraph. Okay, nothing else. Auditor's report is issued, that is appropriate in circumstances. Again, auditor has to review the audit documentation before report is issued. Second, he has to see whether sufficient and appropriate audit evidence is obtained or not. Again, that quality review, control review is reviewers are appointed in case of a listed company, which is mandatory. And you will also consult matters with the expert in case of difficult and contentious matter within the entity or outside the entity. And that last point, that Archer, is it clear to you? Archer? Okay. Anyone else, any doubt? Somebody was writing something I saw in the chat box. Okay, Achal, so this was just a summary of what we have done in these long paragraphs, nothing else. Last point, that engagement quality control review is mandatory in case of listed entities, same as SQC1. Is it now clear? Can we proceed? Okay. So coming to the last point, that is monitoring. It is exactly same as SQC1. Let us see. An effective system of quality control includes a monitoring process designed to provide the firm with reasonable assurance. What? That its policies and procedures relating to the system of quality control are relevant, adequate, and operating effectively. Engagement partner shall consider the results of firm's monitoring process as evidence in the latest information circulated by the firm, and if applicable other network firms, and see whether deficiencies noted in that information may affect the audit engagement or not. The engagement partner should document following matters pertaining to an audit engagement. What matters? Any issues identified with respect to compliance with the relevant ethical requirements and how are they resolved. For example, any of the matter with regard to ethical requirements, that could be regarding integrity, objectivity, professional competence, due care, any of the matter, he has to document what was the issue, how is it resolved, because unless and until the ethical requirements are resolved, you should not proceed with audit. Okay, because it says automatically keep it should be as per the ethical requirements and as per legal and regulatory requirements. So without this you can't proceed. Again, the conclusions on compliance with independence, whether independence exercised or not, that apply to the audit engagement, and any relevant discussion with the firm that supports these conclusions, means any discussion we had means the engagement team had regarded independence. For example, the engagement partner doubted that Mr. A is not acting independently. Okay, so he consulted. Mr. A said that, sir, earlier my brother was a director in this entity, but now he is not, so now I'm independent. So this matter it arose, and then it was also resolved. So conclusion on compliance with independence, it has to be documented. Conclusions reached regarding acceptance and continuance of the client relationship and audit engagement. There was some kind of confusion. There was the engagement team and the management were not having same consensus. So they say with regard to acceptance and continuance with the new client or existing assignment of the existing client or new assignment of the existing client. But it was resolved like this. We reached to this conclusion. Understood? Then the nature and scope of and the conclusion resulting from consultations undertaken during the course of audit engagement. This could be consultation with any member within the engagement team. For example, there was some legal matter which you discussed with Mr. B, who is a senior advocate and a member of your engagement team. So you are documenting it, that what was the matter, how was it discussed, what were the conclusions. And on the contrary, if you had consulted some expert outside the entity, again that has to be documented, and see that okay, it has to be documented that this was the matter for which you approached some senior advocate outside the firm, or you approached some company secretary or CMA for that matter. Okay, and then you are documenting it, that how this matter was resolved. Okay, so it is exactly working on the same grounds as SQC1. For your better remembrance, I have just made this. Come to this SA 220, quality control for an audit of financial statements. So now it is very much clear to all of us that SQC1 is applicable firm wise. It's a blanket standard, whereas SA 220 is engagement wise, and that too audit engagements, isn't it? So quality control for an audit of financial statements. Engagement partner is responsible. Again, just whenever you read this, automatically SQC1, that their responsibility of whose responsibility? CEO or managing partner, isn't it? Here we have engagement partner responsibility for quality control procedures of particular engagement. Objective is to implement quality control procedure at engagement level and obtain reasonable assurance with respect to compliance with professional standards and regulatory and legal requirements. And one more thing, that audit report is appropriate in circumstances or not. Same lines, huh? Then engagement partners responsibility, all 6 coming from SQC1, isn't it? Where have we changed? Changed everything according to in case of audit, right? Then instead of HR, it is engagement team and acceptance and continuance in case of SA 220. of client relationship and not an engagement instead of specific engagement there. Isn't it? This is the slight change there. Okay. So just for your remembrance that what are the changes in terms of terminology that you have to remember, I have just jotted down that way in your notes itself. Okay. All right. Technical team. Technical team.
Yes, ma'am.
I can see Rajiv sir there. Is he here?
Yes, ma'am.
Please, if Rajiv sir wishes to address. I just saw him there at the.
Yes, Sakshi, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Very good evening.
How are you?
Absolutely fine, sir.
Okay. So I will address the students at the end.
At the end, okay, no
Yes,
issues,
yes,
sir.
yes.
No issues, sir.
At what
Absolutely
time
fine.
would I?
Sir, around 8:20.
Okay, okay,
Thank you,
okay.
sir.
I am
Thank you,
here
sir.
only and I will
Fine, sir.
address.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right, dear students. So now I would like to know any of your doubts relating to SQC1 and SA 220. Are the two essays absolutely clear to all of you? Please let me know. Chart Achal I've explained. Come on, write to me in the chat box. Mehak says yes. Others also, please. See, these two standards are very, very important from your exam point of view, dear students. So, do not leave any of your doubts unattended. Whatever be the doubts slightly, there is a possibility of one question being asked at a time, be it SQC1 or SA220. Daksh, that you cannot say. That one question, two question, maybe both SQC1 and separately SA220. SQC1 is asked in a descriptive question. A MCQ from SA220. So you never know. Okay. You can't gamble with that. You have to prepare your content really well. Whatever might come, you are able to give your best shot. That should be your approach. Okay, why do you think one question, two question? If it is prepared, then as many question, it is most welcome. Ma'am, yes ma'am, it looks like a very important topic. It is important, because you see the era of peer review coming up just because of these quality matters. Okay, that whatever quality you are rendering to your services as professionals, it should be of great quality, no compromises. That is why ethical requirements it is given to you, that you follow all the ethic fundamental principles, all the ethics, you work properly, document your work properly before report. See, there's also a quality reviewer, isn't it? So all these things, it acts as a what do you call, a safeguard to you also, because at the end it is you who's to be accountable, isn't it? So you have to keep in mind all these standards, ethics while performing your engagements. Okay, all right. So is it clear to everyone? All right. I have few questions for you today. Should we take up the questions? See, if you don't have any doubt, then I will ask. It's better you ask. And if you don't, then I will start asking. Okay. All right. So can we start with the question answer sessions? Come on. All right. So let's come to the questions. Okay. I have two sets of MCQs for you today. Are you all ready? Come on, show me a thumbs up if you all are ready. Okay. Which of the following best describes? Okay, Amar, do you have some doubt? Amar raised his hand. Amar or Aman, I didn't see properly. Let me see. Okay, it was by mistake. Fine. Which of the following best describes independence in appearance? The visible evidence of auditor's work, the perception by a knowledgeable third party of auditor's independence, the personal opinion of the auditor about independence, or the physical presence of the auditor at client side. Okay. Okay. All right. Yes, Amar is saying D. See, this is the reason why I'm taking it again, because 2-3 students, they had answered this wrong, and I just wanted to check. It was on the first session of this chapter. Yes, rest of you are answering correct. Amar, your answer is wrong. It is not the physical presence. I told you, independence, you see, independence in appearance, that any knowledgeable person, the third person, he is able to see that you are not working objectively. Isn't it? Your objectivity is hampered. So, if he is able to get, then it is independence in appearance is not there. Okay, so perception by knowledgeable third parties of audited independence, that your professional skepticism and your objectivity is compromised, isn't it? All right. What does a self-review thread primarily involve? Pressure from audit client to alter findings, self-review again. A close personal relationship, an auditor reviewing their own non-audit work, or a conflict of interest in financial matters. Very good. All of you have answered correctly. Very good. Auditor reviewing their own non-audit work. Maker, checker, I told you, isn't it? It cannot be same. Okay. Again, a question could come in a case study form. For example, Mr. A is undertaking a concurrent audit, or they say internal audit, of ABC Limited. Okay. And now ABC Limited wishes to appoint this this Mr. A as their auditor. Is it permitted? What is the thread? Self-review thread. Maker checker, isn't it? Okay, so the question can come that way also. So you have to keep in mind that the internal auditor cannot be the external auditor. Statutory auditor and concurrent auditor are different. This we have discussed. Okay. Then, what does independence of mind in context of an auditor's independence imply? Auditor's ability to work without supervision, auditor's reliance on audit evidence, auditor's ability to form an unbiased opinion without external influences, auditor's financial independence from the client. Let me see. Independence in appearance and independence of mind, both the questions. Very good. Very good, all of you. Auditor's ability to form an unbiased opinion. Very good. Without external influences. What is primary purpose of maintaining professional skepticism in audit? Professional skepticism, as soon as this word, it should come questioning mind. Okay. To reduce the risk of overlooking unusual circumstances or over generalizing conclusions. We had discussed this point detailed. Okay, so let me see. To follow the rules set up by International Federation of Accountants, to maintain a good relationship with the audit client, or to ensure a complete accuracy of financial statement. If we say complete accuracy, what does that mean? Are we giving reasonable assurance or absolute assurance? When we say complete accuracy, Amar, absolute, right. Now, what is the answer to this question? Amar, your answer is again wrong, beta. See, immediately when something like this IFAC comes to your vision, you say, oh, this must be the answer. Please use your logics, use your concepts. I told you, questioning mind should be there, but there is a risk of overgeneralizing. Like you said that, okay, in this sample, out of 10 sample, I found 2 wrong. So then out of 20 samples, you interpolate and you use interpolation and said this much wrong. No. Or you first five samples you checked, you found mistakes, you said, oh, the other samples are also wrong. No, that is over generalizing. Okay, internal controls good at this, it will be good at this. No. Or if you find the internal controls weak, it will be weak for all the other assertions. No, not like that. Or overlooking unusual circumstances. I told you that you are just overlooking. There was some unusual circumstances. Every year rent was 50,000. Okay, and this year it is 1,20,000. And you said, okay, fine, maybe. So you have to ask for, why is this rent 1,20,000 this year and 50 the other years? So you ask for the rent agreement. So that is overlooking unusual circumstances. You should not do there. It should be a questioning mind immediately coming to your question. Why so? Clear your doubt. Clear to all of you? Amar, have you understood now, beta? Very good. Rest of you have answered correctly. Amar, I want the answer from you. Yes, good. Which of the following is an essential aspect of professional skepticism in auditing? Maintaining confidentiality of clients' information, being alert to conditions indicating possible misstatement, whether due to fraud or error, avoiding any direct communication with the client, or prioritizing the auditor's interest over clients. Easy one, huh? Yes. Others also please answer. This is very easy question. And if you are unable to understand the question, please ask me. We are here to help you out. Yes, others have answered correctly, but I'm not getting answers from all these students. Why so? Why so? It is being alert to condition, okay, indicating possible misstatements. Then, what can cause an intimidation threat to an auditor's independence? Performing non-audit service of the client. Intimidation threat. We have seen the videos, we have discussed in detail. Receiving significant gifts from the client. Pressure to reduce the work due to reduced audit fee, or having a direct financial interest with the client. Intimidation threat. Achal, your answer is wrong, beta. Read the question again. Read the question again. What can cause an intimidation threat? If you are in doubt, just quickly revise. Self interest, financial loss. Self review, maker checker. Intimidation, there was some kind of condition imposed. Isn't it that you do this, I will do that. If you will do this, I will do that. So immediately those things that we have discussed, the examples we have discussed, should come to your mind. Okay. Yes. I told you a very good example that they are saying, okay, the auditor was asking for 20 debtors confirmation. The client said, 20 confirmation? No, I will not provide you with 20 debtor confirmation. I will provide you with 5 confirmation letters. You do one thing. You take 5 confirmation and reduce your fees accordingly. This is what we had discussed, isn't it? Okay. Now, which is it now clear to everyone? Those who have answered wrongly, is it clear? Show me a thumbs up. Very good. Which type of threat to independence arises when an audit firm may lose objectivity due to close business relationship with the client? Close business. Whom are you close to? All of you have answered correctly. Very, very good. Familiarity threat. Other examples we have discussed, you're receiving gifts and hospitality, isn't it? So this could also come in a form of a case study. Okay, all right. Then, a familiarity threat to auditors' independence typically arise from financial dependence on the client, disagreement over accounting principles, long-term association with the client, or external pressure from the regulatory bodies. Let me see. Very good. Very good. All of you have answered correctly. Very good. Yes, it is a long-term association with the client. Okay, Amar, your answer is correct. What should an auditor do if they cannot implement adequate safeguards to address threats to independence? What should he do? Proceed with the audit and rely on professional judgment. Seek advice from independent third party. Accept the audit engagement but disclose the threats. Not accept the audit engagement. Priya's question, huh? See, we said he will identify and evaluate the threat. What kind of threat? Is it self-interest threat? Is it self-review? Is it familiarity? Is it advocacy? What kind of threat? He will identify and evaluate. Then what will he do? He will try to eliminate the threat. If not, he will try to reduce it to an acceptably low level. And if that is also not possible, he will withdraw. He should not accept the audit engagement. Very good. All of you have answered correctly. Who has all of you. Very good. Who has Archer, you have answered, or you have answered, was it for the previous? Archer, your answer is wrong, beta. You are saying accept. Yes, now it's correct. Okay. Next question. In which scenario is an advocacy threat most likely to occur? Means out of these situations, in which scenario advocacy threat is most likely to occur? When the auditor is intimidated by client's management, when the auditor acts as an advocate for the client in litigation, when the auditor has financial interest in the client, or when the auditor has family member working with the client's company. Easy question. They have mentioned, all right, let me see again. Very good. Yes, yes, it is. See, on the other hand, contrary, they would have said if the auditor promotes the client's business, isn't it? Or another alternative to this. All right, very good. Yes, yes. All right. So, my next set of MCQs are ready. Are you ready to answer them? Come on, show me a thumbs up. Very good. CA Rahul is the auditor of a prominent company. While preparing the audit file, he deletes some superseded documents, means which is a duplication to it, and draft working papers to keep the file concise. According to SQC 1, what is the minimum retention period for audit engagements from the date of auditor's report? We had discussed two dates today. Two dates. Assembly and retaining. Assembly and retaining. Let me see. Very good, all of you. Not less than 7 years, isn't it? Very good. Very good. Which of the following threats to an auditor's independence occur when the auditor promotes or is perceived to promote client's opinion or position to a point where people may believe that objectivity is compromised? Let me see. Familiarity threat, self-review threat, advocacy threat, intimidation threat. Yes, correct. Advocacy threat. Correct. All of you. Very good. Before agreeing to the audit engagement, SA 210 requires the auditor to establish whether the preconditions for an audit are present. Which of the following is not a precondition? I hope you remember the precondition we had discussed with the chart. Okay, let me see. Acceptability of the financial reporting framework. Management's acknowledgement and understanding of its responsibility. Pre-approval of audit fees by ICAI. Management's agreement to provide the auditor with unrestricted access to people within the entity. Let me see. The question say is not a precondition. See, many a times what you do, you skip the word not and then you answer likewise and then you are confused. Very good. Very good, all of you. Okay, what was the management's responsibility? Can any one of you write to me in the chat box what were the management's responsibility? Let me see. Let me check how many of you remember. Take your time. Preparation of financial statement, okay. To coordinate the auditor and his team, Daksh? No, not like this. Provide auditor with all the information and explanation. Give access of all the books and information or people within the entity. So this is how you should write. I always told you to write the keywords, isn't it? Daksh, this will be marked wrong. Coordinate the auditor and his team. No, beta. No. Even if you write cooperate with the auditor, that is wrong. In what way are you cooperating? We don't know. So provide the auditor with all the information and explanation required for the audit. Provide him with evidences or give him access to people within the entity. This is how you should write. Daksh, am I clear? Daksh? Yes. See, general language, if you will write, it is not acceptable. And then you will say we don't get marks. Okay. CS Sumit conducted the statutory order of a corporate entity. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India issued a letter to him regarding certain professional matters, but he neglected to reply the letter despite multiple reminders. Which fundamental principles of professional ethics has he disregarded? See, long story, but then question from fundamental ethics, fundamental principles of professional ethics. Let me see who answers this. Daksh, your answer is wrong, beta. Objectivity is always regarding biasness. Here he has, he has given a very carefree attitude that, okay, institute is writing me, I will not reply, it is okay, fine. So casual attitude. Attitude problem is there. Please scroll up, okay? Okay, I'm scrolling up. Yes, now you all are getting. See, I will not be there in the examination hall to tell you and express you with my expressions. Okay? That casual attitude, despite of multiple reminders, he is not replying. Attitude is casual, so professional behavior, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Now you all are correct. When an auditor is being deterred from acting objectively with an adequate degree of professional skepticism due to pressure or perceived threat from the client, it is referred to as pressure or perceived threat from the client. Let me see. Mehak, your answer is wrong. Read the question carefully. Achal, your answer is correct. Very good. Very good, Achal. See, again, you are just taking up a word, this thing. You're picking up a word. Mehak. Read the question again, Mehak. Pooja, correct. Daksh, correct. Mehak, remember, pressure. If you will give a qualified report, I will remove you. I will file a legal case against you. I will sue you. Threat, pressure. Condition imposed, intimidation, threat. Mehak? Yes. Good. Okay. All right. These are the explanation. Now you remember. Okay. We have more questions. Okay. Don't worry. We have more questions. Come. Which of the following statement best describes the relationship between SQC1 and SA220? SA220 applies at the firm's level, whereas SQC1 applies at the engagement level. SA220 is premised on the basis that firm is subject to SQC1. SQC1 is premised on the basis that firm is subject to SA220. Both standards apply equally to entire firm's policies and procedures. Let me see. Pooja, your answer is correct. Daksh, your answer is correct. Achal, your answer is wrong, beta. It is written exactly the opposite. Mehak, correct. Nisha, wrong. I have emphasized this statement quite a number of times in today's session. SA220 is premised on the basis that the firm is subject to SQC1. I told you that SQC1 is a blanket SA, and here audit SA220 is premised. Yes. Okay. I am ready to repeat it 1,000 times, provided you ask. Okay. All right. Next question. Read the question. Which of the following is the responsibility of the engagement partner in according to SA 220? Engagement partner: designing the entire quality control system of the firm, forming a firm-wide policy for client acceptance and continuance, taking responsibility for the overall quality on each audit engagement assigned to that partner, or approving the firm's annual budget. Let me see. See, all these are conceptual questions. Daksh, your answer is correct. Good. You have answered quickly also. That's amazing. See, you have to, if you are confused, let me tell you a shortcut. If you are confused, try to eliminate firm coming. But SA 220 is audit engagement wise. Mehak, your answer is wrong, beta. Yes, now you are getting, but Mehak, your answer is wrong. Firm control system for the firm is engagement partner responsible for that. Designing is not a part of SA 220, right? No, Daksh, you are wrong. You are designing for a particular engagement, not the firm. That is the difference. Daksh, are you getting my point? Yes. Yes. Okay. So C is the answer. All right. According to SQC1, what is the ordinarily prescribed time limit for assembly of audit file after the date of auditor's reports? Very good. All of you have answered correctly. Not more than 60 days. Come on. Before accepting the client's engagement, what primary information should an audit firm acquire to comply with the requirements of SQC1? Client's past 10 years of tax returns, personal assets and liabilities of the firm's partner, integrity of the client promoters and key personal managerial personnel, exact competitors of the client in the industry. Easy question. Correct, all of you. Integrity of the client promoters and key managers. See, sometimes you might get such easy questions in the exams also. Okay, all right. Now, it's just one. What is the ordinary specified retention period of audit engagement documentation? I think it is a repeated question. Again, let me see how many of you answer. Correct. So that's the advantage of doing a repetitive question. All right. Next. Okay. Under SA 220, What actions must the engagement partner take regarding independence requirement? Independence requirement. Delegate all independence evaluation to the junior staff. Rely entirely on the client's management representation that they are independent. Form a conclusion on compliance with independence requirement by obtaining relevant information from the firm and evaluating threats, or ignore potential threats to independence if they were resolved in the previous year's audit. Correct. All of you have answered correctly. C is the answer. Very good. Now, anyone any doubt? Yes. Yes. Bhupati, where were you all throughout? Now you are answering? All right. Let's see to this. What is the primary purpose of quality control policies and procedures implemented by the audit firm? Primary purpose of quality control: to increase the profitability, to ensure the firm completes the audit in minimum possible time, to provide a reasonable assurance that the firm and its personnel comply with the professional standards, legal and regulatory requirements, or to strictly limit the legal liability of the auditor in the event of lawsuit. Daksh, your answer is correct. Amar, your answer is correct. Let me see others. Very good, Mehak. Very good. So all of you are able to answer the question. That's great. Yes. Provide reasonable assurance that the firm and its personnel comply with the professional standards and regulatory and legal requirements. Very good. I think it's time and Rajiv sir has come. Okay.
Good evening, Sakshi. Good evening,
Good evening.
students.
Good evening, sir.
I could see few students. Yes, Daksh, Vikram, Jain, Nisha, Anchal, Amar Shinde, Bhupati. You were अभी साक्षी आप उसे मेरे ख्याल एड्रेस कर रहे थे अभी कुछ.
जी
पूजा
sir.
and then Gabbar Kumar Thakur, Vishnu Kumar. Good. That's great. Muskan, Vedant, Avijit, Mehak. Good evening, all students. Good evening. Very good evening to all of you. Students, आपने एलवीसी क्लासेस को मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आपने एंजॉय किया होगा, क्योंकि बिकॉज अगर आप स्टडी, मैं पहला 2-3 गोल्डन रूल आज आपको बताऊंगा, मैं अक्सर क्लासेस में बताया करता हूं. एक तो आप स्लो पढ़ा करो हमेशा. फास्ट स्टडी का कोई बेनिफिट नहीं होता. ऑलवेज स्टडी स्लो करोगे तो डाइजेशन ज्यादा होता है, ज्यादा टाइम तक माइंड में रहती है, और आप एग्जाम में रिकॉल बहुत अच्छा कर पाओगे. तो पहला रूल यही है कि आपने स्टडी को आराम से करना है, स्लोली करना है. तेज भगाने का कोई फायदा नहीं होता है. तो पहला गोल्डन रूल तो मेरा ये याद रखना. ये किसी भी, चाहे एग्जाम दूर है पास है, मैंने तो इतने एक्सपेरिमेंट किए साक्षी, यू वोंट बिलीव, कि अगर मेरे पास स्टूडेंट कोई 10 अटेम्प्ट रुका हुआ, मैं बहुत ज्यादा एक्सट्रीम बात कर रहा हूँ, 10, 9, 8 आम आते हैं स्टूडेंट्स मेरे पास रुके हुए, और 1 मंथ एग्जाम को अगर भी रह गया है ना, तो मैंने उस पर सिर्फ बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स पे काम किया है. खाली बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स पे उसको बार बार रिपीट करना, एक्सरसाइज, ऑडिटिंग के बेसिक्स इंप्रूव किए इवन फाइनल लेवल पे, और स्टूडेंट पास हुए हैं बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स लेकर, 60+ लेकर. जो इतने टाइम से ऑडिटिंग में किसी के 30 आ रहे हैं, 32 आ रहे हैं. ये मैं फाइनल की, इंटर की दोनों की बातें कर रहा हूँ. अभी मैं नाम से बताता हूँ आपको, रचित जैन, जो कि 3-4 बार रुक चुका था, रुक रहा था उसमें इंटरमीडिएट ग्रुप 2 में. तो ही कॉल्ड मी अप कि सर इस तरह मैं रुका हुआ हूँ. मैं कहा नो प्रॉब्लम. मैंने उसको फोन पे गाइडेंस तो नेचुरली, अब अगर आप कहीं रिमोट दूर रहते हो जहाँ पे आपका नोएडा आना पॉसिबल नहीं है बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज में, तो आप फोन पे गाइडेंस लेते हो. तो अभी उसके 66, यू वोंट बिलीव, 66 मार्क्स आए ऑडिटिंग में. उसने मेरे को अपनी मार्कशीट भी शेयर की है. तो स्टूडेंट्स, मैं अपना फोन नंबर भी हमेशा शेयर करता हूँ. और मैं कहता हूँ कि आप मुझे जब मर्जी, व्हाट्सएप में जरूर मिस कर देता हूँ, ये मैं मानता हूँ, लेकिन मैं स्टूडेंट्स के अपने कॉल जरूर उठाता हूँ, और मैं फिर कॉल कॉल बैक करता हूँ। अगर कोई स्टूडेंट्स, मान लीजिए मुझे व्हाट्सएप पे अपना नंबर, अगर मतलब व्हाट्सएप पे तो नंबर आ ही जाता है, तो मैं उसको कॉल ही कर लेता हूँ। तो स्टूडेंट्स आप बिल्कुल हेजिटेट ना करें मुझे कॉल करने में, बिकॉज फेल होना कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है। मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, आप अभी ज्यादा मेहनत करके, और आप जल्दी, हरी में तो बिल्कुल ना करो। तो पहला गोल्डन रूल मैं आपको ये सम अप कर रहा हूँ कि आप अगर स्लो स्टडी करोगे तो उसके रिजल्ट्स बहुत अच्छे हैं। दिस इज द फर्स्ट वन रूल। सेकेंडली, मैं जैसे आपको कह रहा था अभी स्टार्टिंग में कि आपने अपनी क्लासेस को बहुत एंजॉय किया होगा, तो ये गोल्डन रूल है। ये भी आप इसको नंबरिंग आप दे देना अपने आप, 1 2, मैं तो आपको गोल्डन रूल्स बता दूंगा। एंजॉय करके जितना पढ़ोगे उसके रिजल्ट 5 6 10 टाइम्स हैं। तो हमेशा आप जब भी स्टडी करने बैठे, ऐसा मूड होना चाहिए कि मैंने एंजॉय ही करना है, कि ये तो बहुत बड़ा एंजॉयमेंट मुझे मिल गया है। और आप एंजॉय करके आप अपने रिजल्ट देख लेना। अभी 2 महीने पड़े हैं, तो आपके 5 महीने बन जाएंगे। आपको इतना, एक स्टडी एक उत्सव होना चाहिए, फेस्टिवल की तरह आपको लगना चाहिए कि ये आनंद आ रहा है मुझे बहुत ज्यादा। और ये स्टूडेंट्स, ये तपस्या है, ये एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है जो इसी एज में, आज मैं चाहूं मैं कोई सीए का एग्जाम क्लियर या कंपनी सेक्रेटरी कर रहा हूँ, मैं नहीं कर सकता, बिकॉज आप उस एज में हो, आपका माइंड भी बहुत फास्ट है। आप 10 इयर्स और आगे कर दो तो उसमें माइंड स्लो हो जाता है। तो मेरे पास आते हैं स्टूडेंट्स जो रुके हुए होते हैं, तो उनका माइंड स्लो हो चुका होता है। तो आपका माइंड इस समय फास्ट है स्टूडेंट्स, उसका आप पूरा बेनिफिट उठाओ। तो ये भी एक गोल्डन रूल है, आप एंजॉय करके करो। स्लो स्टडी के साथ कभी जल्दबाजी नहीं करनी। और मैं ये कहता हूँ कि जो स्ट्रेटेजी है मेरे से फोन पे डिस्कस करो। स्टूडेंट वाइज मैं स्ट्रेटेजी बना देता हूँ कि आप कितना टाइम रह गया एग्जाम में, कैसे पढ़ना है, कैसे क्या करना है। तो कई बार अभी, जैसे अभी टाइम लिमिटिंग फैक्टर होता है, तो मैं बहुत ज्यादा कई बार नहीं बता पाता, डिस्क्लोज नहीं कर पाता। स्टूडेंट्स को पर्सनली क्या दिक्कत आ रही है वो भी मैं उनकी सॉल्व कर देता हूँ, कि अगर आपको कोई ऐसा लग रहा है कि कोई अड़चन आ रही है एग्जाम के अंदर, उसके बिकॉज क्या है कि आपको साथ साथ जो फैमिली के सर्कमस्टांसिस हैं, कई बार ऐसे होते हैं, उनसे भी वो आपको फाइट करना पड़ता है या कुछ बियर करना पड़ रहा होता है, तो आप डिस्कस करा करो। तो स्टूडेंट्स, इस पढ़ाई की जो एज होती है उसमें आपको खाली आपके माँ बाप ने, मुझे पता है, सबका पता है मुझे, स्टूडेंट्स का माँ बाप ने तो सिर्फ पढ़ने का ही काम दिया होता है बच्चों। लेकिन क्या है कि हम वो भी काम अच्छे तरीके से नहीं करते, तो फिर, तो ये एक 2 3 बातें मैंने आपको बताई हैं। और हमेशा आप अगर जो रिपीटेटिव स्ट्रेटजी का यूज करें, आकृति मैडम का मैं लेक्चर सुन रहा था, तो उन्होंने 1 3 7 21 वाली को टेक्निक बताई थी कि फर्स्ट डे करो, थर्ड डे करो, सेवंथ डे करो, फिर 21 डे पे करो। मैं आपको रोज करने की, मेरी टेक्निक है कि मैं, आप 3 दिन तक करो एक ही टॉपिक को, अगर एग्जाम पास है तो। वैसे मैं 5 दिन की सलाह देता हूँ कि आप 5 डेज कॉन्टिन्यूस करो, तो वो स्टेब्लिश हो जाती है बात आपके। तो आप कोई भी जो आपको अच्छी लगे स्ट्रेटेजी वो करो, लेकिन करना करना है, मुझे इम्प्लीमेंट करना है। फिर क्या होता है, हम बातें तो सुन ली आपने, मेरी भी सुन ली, साक्षी मैडम ने भी कुछ बहुत अच्छी अच्छी बातें आपको बताई हैं, आकृति मैडम ने, नैन्सी मैडम ने बताई। लेकिन क्या है कि इम्प्लीमेंटेशन जब आ जाता है तो हम नहीं कर पाते। तो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन पे मैं बहुत ज्यादा फोकस करता हूँ, हमेशा स्टूडेंट्स को कहता हूँ कि आप उसे इम्प्लीमेंट करा करो। ट्राई टू इम्प्लीमेंट द थिंग्स। आओ शुरू तो करें हम खाली माइंड में सोचते रह जाएंगे तो कुछ होने वाला नहीं है, उसको शुरू करो। सो स्टूडेंट्स, और फिर भी मैं आपको ये कहूंगा कि आप मुझसे फोन पे बात करा करो हमेशा, मेक इट ए टूल। और जो स्टूडेंट्स आप, मैं आपको उल्टा कॉम्प्लीमेंट दूंगा कि आपने एलवीसी क्लासेस अटेंड की हैं, और आप एटलीस्ट मुझे सुन पा रहे हो, इन अच्छे टीचर्स से आपने लेक्चर्स अटेंड किए हैं। तो और आप अपने और स्टूडेंट्स को भी, जो आपके फेलो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उनको भी बोलो कि आप मुझसे बात करें। अगर कोई स्टूडेंट आपकी नॉलेज में है जो बहुत टाइम से रुका हुआ है, नहीं क्लियर कर पा रहा, तो मैं उसको पर्सनली गाइड करके भी करा। और पर्सनल गाइडेंस में स्टूडेंट्स मेरे रिजल्ट बहुत अच्छे हैं। इवन 5 5 10 10 अटेम्प्ट वाले फेलियर्स मैंने बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को कराया है, पर्सनली फोन पे गाइड करके। सो सीए नैन्सी सिंगला, सीए आकृति डालमिया और साक्षी मैडम ने आपको बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाया है, मेरे को सब मालूम है, मैंने सारे लेक्चर सबके सुने हैं। सो आई एम ग्रेटफुल टू ऑल द फैकल्टीज, तीनों का मैं बहुत ही शुक्रगुजार हूँ। और मैं रादर उनको कॉम्प्लीमेंट दूंगा, तीनों को ही, सीए नैन्सी मैडम को भी, आकृति मैडम को, और साक्षी मैडम आपको भी बहुत मेरे
Thank you so much,
कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स
sir.
हैं। और
Thank
जो
you, sir.
आपने पढ़ाया है, इट इज मार्वलस, आई शुड से, जो मैंने सुने
Thank
आपके
you, sir.
लेक्चर।
Thank you so much, sir.
So I'm grateful to you, to
My
all the
pleasure, sir.
faculties who have
Completely my
contributed
pleasure,
their
sir.
best. They have given their best, मैं ये कहूंगा, और इतनी उन्होंने एनर्जी से पढ़ाया है, जो कि शायद मतलब मैं देख के भी हैरान होता हूँ कि कैसे पढ़ाया है। They have contributed their best over the classes. मे बी स्टूडेंट्स ऑफिशियली आज क्लासेस, अभी एलबीसी का एक बैच आपका खत्म हो रहा है, लेकिन मैं इसे एक बिगिनिंग ही मानूंगा, नई बिगिनिंग। आप मेरे से बात करें, मैं आपकी हो सकेगा तो साक्षी मैडम को लाइन पे लेके कोई बात करा दूंगा। अगर आपने क्वेश्चन अगर कोई पूछना है तो आकृति मैडम से बात करा सकता हूँ, नैन्सी मैडम से, कुछ भी आपने, आप अपने डोर्स हमेशा ओपन रखो कि हम सर से बात करेंगे। और बीओएस स्टूडेंट्स हमेशा ही स्टूडेंट फ्रेंडली रहा है, स्टूडेंट से हमेशा ही मैंने तो कोशिश किया हमेशा कि मैं स्टूडेंट्स के हमेशा टच में रहता हूँ। और बीओएस पूरा भी आपके स्टूडेंट साथ है हमेशा। आप मुझसे बात करो, और आपको आपके पास लैंडलाइन नंबर्स भी हैं, आप कभी भी किसी फैकल्टी से भी बात कर सकते हैं। मैं तो अपना मोबाइल नंबर ही शेयर कर देता हूँ, 9466789298। साक्षी मेरा नंबर आप स्क्रीन पे भी लिख दो, स्टूडेंट्स नोट कर लें, आप अपने फ्रेंड्स को भी दे देना बेशक मेरा नंबर, नो प्रॉब्लम। ठीक है, तो आज ऑफिशियली तो स्टूडेंट्स क्लासेस एंड हो रही हैं, लेकिन आप कभी भी मेरे से बात करो, आप मेरे से स्ट्रेटजी डिस्कस करो एग्जाम की कि कैसे सर हम कर सकते हैं। और आपका कोई भी क्वेश्चन है प्रेपरेशन से लेकर, स्ट्रेटजी से लेकर, और आपको कोई टेक्निकल डाउट है, किसी भी टॉपिक में डाउट है, तो आप मेरे से बात करा करो। तो स्टूडेंट्स, विद दीज वर्ड्स, मैं अभी इस अगर आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है तो मैं वो आंसर कर सकता हूँ। एनी स्टूडेंट, एनी क्वेश्चन?
Somebody was asking for your contact details and I have mentioned that on the chat box. मैंने दे दिया
ओके
आपका नंबर।
ओके, थैंक यू साक्षी। मैं एक बार फिर रिपीट कर देता हूँ स्टूडेंट्स अपना नंबर, 9466789298। आप कॉल ही कर लो मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा है, और अगर आपको कॉल करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रही है तो व्हाट्सएप पे आप अपना नाम और स्टूडेंट लिख के छोड़ देना कि हम स्टूडेंट है आईसीआई के, तो मैं फिर आपको कॉल कर लूंगा, जैसे भी आपको कंफर्टेबल है। लेकिन व्हाट्सएप पे आप मैसेज कई बार मिस हो जाता है मेरा, मैंने ये नोटिस किया है, इसलिए मैं आपको ये बात बता रहा हूँ। तो कोई क्वेरी है स्टूडेंट्स की, कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना हो किसी ने, स्टूडेंट ने? साक्षी?
Students, do you have any query to ask? Please feel free to ask your doubts.
आंचल इज, आई थिंक शी इज आस्किंग समथिंग। क्या पूछ रही है?
Pooja and Mehak are raising their hands.
ओके,
Technical team, can we have them unmuted one by one? Can we have Pooja unmuted first?
ओके।
आंचल ने भी कोई क्वेश्चन पूछा है, तो आंचल को भी एक बार हम ले लेंगे हैं।
Okay, Achal also.
यस पूजा?
मैम मैम एक छोटा सा डाउट था, वो मल्टी स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी से रिलेटेड था। उसमें एक्सेप्शन में बॉडी कॉर्पोरेट दिया हुआ था, जैसे कि ऑडिटर अपॉइंटमेंट के लिए हु कैन अपॉइंट द ऑडिटर, उसमें एक्सेप्शन में लिखा हुआ था बॉडी कॉर्पोरेट कैन नॉट अपॉइंट। तो मैम अगर मतलब जो हमारी फर्म है वो अगर एलएलपी के रूप में मान लो रजिस्टर्ड है, तो फिर वो नहीं बन पाएगी ऑडिटर मल्टी स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी की, या बन पाएगी?
Exception है ना, body corporate cannot appoint. This was one of the exceptions, Pooja. So if it is LLP, then it is a bar. Pooja is again unmuted.
नो प्रॉब्लम, आई थिंक आपने आंसर कर दिया है साक्षी।
Yes.
तो वी कैन टेक द क्वेश्चन ऑफ महक।
Mehak, yes, Mehak. Technical team, please unmute Mehak.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am.
गुड इवनिंग बेटे।
Ma'am and sir, both of you ask like, sir, whenever I write, ma'am, and मतलब जब भी मैं सर इनडायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन राइटिंग की हो तो उसका पैटर्न मैं अपने से बनाई हूँ। कैन आई शेयर विथ यू मैम एंड सर ऑल बोथ ऑफ?
श्योर श्योर श्योर, आप मुझे व्हाट्सएप पे शेयर करना और फिर मेरे से बात करना।
मैम
ठीक है?
ऑल्सो
Yes.
गाइड ma'am, please.
Yes,
Okay, ma'am.
you are always welcome to share your way of writing answers.
Ma'am, first answer. First I write the main provision of the main ashes from where it comes. First
Yes,
write the ashes
yes,
and their ashes, and then write if it's indirect question. First ashes provision, and at last I conclude the answer with questions. Whatever question is want that is it okay, sir or ma'am?
yes,
परफेक्ट
this is how
परफेक्ट
you should write. जैसे कि case study based question you are trying to ask, if it is asking that whether the contention of the auditor Mr. A is correct or not, or whether his approach is correct, and then at last you are concluding no, the
Yes.
contention of auditors are not correct, or he should not follow this approach. Exactly, this is how you should write. First you tell what is the content, and then you conclude keeping giving the reference of the case study. This is how you
बिल्कुल
should write.
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट
Yes,
परफेक्ट स्टूडेंट्स, ये जो केस स्टडी अटेंड करने का, जो केस स्टडी को लिखने का जो आंसर देने का तरीका होता है, उसमें सबसे पहले आप जो रेलेवेंट प्रोविजन है या जो प्रोसीजर ऑडिट का लग रहा है,
right.
या उस पे कोई भी ऑडिटिंग का रेलेवेंट जो भी चैप्टर है ऐसे से रिलेटेड, उसको पहले रेलेवेंट पार्ट आप रिक्वायरमेंट को देख के पहले रिक्वायरमेंट पढ़ो, क्वेश्चन में क्या है, तो उस रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से पहले आंसर दो। लास्ट में पहले पूरा क्वेश्चन पढ़ के पहले रिक्वायरमेंट पे पहुंच जाओ, रिक्वायरमेंट को पहले आंसर कर दो। उसके बाद आप क्या करो, कंक्लूजन और फैक्ट्स, ये एक पैरा 2-3 लाइन है, इंटरमीडिएट लेवल पे ज्यादा नहीं रिक्वायर्ड होता। 3-4 लाइंस में भी अगर आप कंक्लूजन दोगे तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा आपके लिए, जैसा कि साक्षी मैडम ने अभी आपको बिल्कुल ठीक गाइड किया है। यस, आंचल भी मेरे ख्याल से कुछ पूछ रही थी।
Technical team, please unmute Archal also if she wish to ask something.
ओके
सर एक्चुअली मेरा ये क्वेश्चन है कि मैं जैन 2027 के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रही हूँ।
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट।
यस, बट मैं प्रिपेयर कैसे करूँ? क्योंकि मतलब अगर मैं नोट्स बना रही हूँ ना, तो ऐसा
हाँ
लगता है कि सारे वर्ड्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हैं।
हाँ, तो अच्छा है ना, नोट्स बनाने चाहिए आपको, अपने अपने नोट्स बनाना तो बहुत अच्छी बात होती है। और आप थोड़ा थोड़ा साथ में लिख के प्रैक्टिस करोगे ना, जैसे जो लर्न करोगे, मान लिया जाए मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ, आप थोड़ा लर्न करके चलो।
ओके।
और अगर आप लर्न करके चलते हो ना साथ, तो उसमें क्या है कि जैसे आपने 10 सेंटेंसेस फॉर एग्जांपल लर्न कर लिए, तो उसमें से 1-2 सेंटेंसेस है जो लिख के देख लिया करो,
ओके।
है ना। तो फिर उससे आपकी प्रिपरेशन बहुत, आप दिन में टारगेट करो कि मुझे एटलीस्ट, ज्यादा टारगेट नहीं लंबे रखना, आप
हाँ
5 सेंटेंसेस का टारगेट करो कि मुझे लर्न करने हैं, जस्ट 5 सेंटेंसेस, वो तो ज्यादा नहीं है। तो उससे भी आपकी जो आप 5 दिन में उसका 5 दिन मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट देखिए आप उसका, 5 डेज में आपके पास 25 सेंटेंसेस का बैकअप हो जाता है। ये हालांकि कई स्टूडेंट्स मुझे कहे, मैं तो कहता हूँ स्टूडेंट को, जब 4 एक महीने पड़े होते हैं ना एग्जाम में, मैं कहता हूँ यार तू एक सेंटेंस ही लर्न कर ले चल, तो भी 10 दिन में 10 हो जाएंगे तुम्हारे। उसके बाद क्या होता है, जब मान लिया जाए 20 दिन बीत गए, तो 20 दिन में आपको, अगर आपने एक सेंटेंस भी लर्न किया तो 20 सेंटेंस तो हो गए ना। उसके बाद 21st डे जाता है तो आपकी स्पीड ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ जाती है। तभी मैं कह रहा था आप स्लो लर्न करो। जब स्लो हम लर्न कर रहे होते हैं तो हमारी धीरे धीरे स्पीड ऑटोमेटिकली इतनी तेज हो जाती है, ऑटोमेटिक होने दो, इसे करनी नहीं होती, तो उस इतनी तेज हो जाती है कि जो स्टूडेंट अब फास्ट, जो शुरू से ही फास्ट रखता है, तो वो खाली रीडिंग कर रहे होते हैं, एग्जाम में कुछ नहीं लिख पाते। ये मेरा तो पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस यही रहा है हमेशा।
Writing is very, very important. Writing
सर,
बाकी आप
practice is
अगर
a
फिर
must.
भी अंचल आपको डाउट हो तो आप मेरे को फोन जरूर करना, मैं आपको
ओके
फोन पे
सर।
और क्लैरिटी दूंगा।
Somebody is asking, ma'am, if I do not recall the essay name, how should I mention? If
ऐसे
you
नहीं,
do not,
मैं एक ही बात, मैं इस पे एक ये जो नेम वाला ना क्वेश्चन मुझे आंसर करने दो।
please, sir,
मैं तो,
over to
ये
you.
मेरा फेवरेट क्वेश्चन है। बाकी मैं स्टूडेंट्स को हमेशा एक ही बात पूछता हूँ, मैं कहता हूँ आपके अपने घर का नंबर पता है या नहीं पता? आप
पता है।
अपने ये जिस भी स्टूडेंट का क्वेश्चन है वो ये बता दे कि आपके घर का नंबर क्या है, वो तो आपके माइंड पे कोई प्रेशर नहीं पड़ रहा ना उसको।
Mitesh Kumar.
मितेश, आप मुझे ये बताओ आपके घर का नंबर क्या है? मितेश कुमार को अनम्यूट करो एक बार।
यस सर, बट समटाइम्स वो कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है कि ये कौन
बेटा
से
बेटा,
ऐसे में होता है।
मैं आपको टेक्निक समझाऊंगा ना, आप मुझे घर का नंबर बता दो, फिर मैं आपको टेक्निक बता दूंगा।
यस सर,
ये है ना, आपके घर का नंबर क्या है
यस सर, यस सर,
बताओ ना।
2640।
तो इसमें जो आपका नंबर है इसको रिकॉल करने में कोई प्रेशर आ रहा है माइंड पे?
नहीं सर।
कोई प्रेशर नहीं है। व्हीकल नंबर भी आप एकदम से बता दोगे, अपना
यस सर।
फोन नंबर भी आप बता दोगे, कोई प्रेशर नहीं आ रहा ना। अब
यस सर।
इसमें रीजन क्या है, आप आइडेंटिफाई करो। रीजन ये है बेटे कि क्योंकि आप घर में रह रहे हो इसलिए आपको, और लंबे रह गए आप, तो सेक्शन जो एसए है ना, जब आप उसमें रहना शुरू कर दोगे तो आपको एसए का नंबर नंबर मैंने कभी आज दिन तक याद किया ही नहीं एसए का सेक्शन को, और मुझे सारे सेक्शन याद है। इवन इनकम टैक्स के सेक्शन में चाह के भी नहीं भूल पा रहा, इतने जबरदस्त। सेक्शन 45 कैपिटल गेन है वो, और सेक्शन 28 पीजीबीपी, ये सारे मेरे को वैसे ही अभी भी याद है, चाह के भी नहीं भूल पा रहा आफ्टर 30 years, क्योंकि मैं उनमें रहा ना। आप एक बार रह जाओ एसए के अंदर, उससे मैं तभी कह रहा था ना, आप जब स्लो पढ़ोगे, जब आप स्लो स्टडी करोगे, एसए के से एसए 200 ही आप कर रहे हो, तो आप उसको थोड़े टाइम उसमें रहो, 2-4 घंटे भी अगर आप रहोगे उसमें, जो कि ज्यादा नहीं है एसए 200 के अंदर, तो आपको नंबर, बिलीव मी, नंबर प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी लर्न करना। तो नंबर मैंने तो कभी ऐसे के नंबर लर्न नहीं करे, और मुझे सारे ऐसे ही नंबर तो पता ही है। तो आपकी भी मेमोरी का पार्ट, इसे ऐसे नहीं रटना है, ऐसे 200 ये, ऐसे 210 ये, ऐसे नहीं रटना। ऐसे तो कभी भी याद नहीं, और हमेशा आप कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे। तो ऐसे को याद करने का तरीका यही है कि आप उसमें रहो थोड़े टाइम, जैसे कि आप अपने घर के अंदर रहते हो, तभी वो नंबर याद होता है। कभी आपने रटा तो नहीं है अपने घर का नंबर? मितेश, रटा है कभी कि मेरे घर का नंबर ये है, ये है, ये है? या फोन नंबर रटा
सर।
हुआ आपने कभी? तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी मेमोरी का पार्ट बना है। तो लेट द एसेस, ऐसे नंबर्स बिकम ऑटोमेटिकली पार्ट ऑफ योर मेमोरी, दिस इज व्हाट आई मीन टू से। ठीक है, इसको प्रैक्टिस करना, अगर कोई दिक्कत हो तो मेरे से फोन पे बात करना।
यस सर।
जो मैंने टेक्निक बताई है ना, सारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, आप इसे इम्प्लीमेंट करना बस, और फिर इम्प्लीमेंट करके रिजल्ट्स आपके सामने ही आएंगे आपके। जो जो मैंने तरीके बताए हैं, ये आपको कहाँ ले जाएंगे आपको भी पता नहीं, इतने मार्क्स जंप करते हैं इन तरीकों से, तो इसलिए करने की जरूरत होती है। विद दीज वर्ड्स, थैंक यू वेरी मच स्टूडेंट्स, थैंक यू वेरी मच साक्षी, थैंक्स अगेन,
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
थैंक यू,
much.
थैंक यू,
It is always a pleasure having you among us. और आप
ग्रेट
बहुत ही
ग्रेट
अच्छी चीजें बताते हैं हम लोग को सबको. So
ग्रेट।
thank you so much for your
ओके
knowledge sharing, sir. Thank you.
ओके 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 स्टूडेंट्स, ओके साक्षी, ओके।
हाँ.
टेक्निकल टीम,
सर
टेक्निकल टीम में कौन है?
सर
टेक्निकल टीम में
धर्मेंद्र।
हाँ जी,
धर्मेंद्र सर है, धर्मेंद्र सर.
धर्मेंद्र, थैंक यू वेरी मच,
थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू।
With these words, even I want to wish all my students all the very best. God bless you all. Study really well. And whatever doubt you have, please make sure that we all are accessible to you. You all are reachable to us. Please make use of this opportunity when it is there to you. So all the best to all of you. Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you, technical team, for your constant support always. Thank you so
थैंक
much.
यू मैम। थैंक यू सर। ओवर मैम।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू।